Hey guys, this is Zara from the Willow Tree Schoolhouse and welcome back to my channel. You guys, I am so excited to share that we are starting school next week. And I'm super excited, but I'm also nervous just because I realized that I'm not really ready for it. And so this kind of gave me the idea of create this video and put it out there in case you guys are kind of like me where I don't know where to begin with my planning and how to set myself up for success. Now, I have done this in the previous years and I have felt like this is something that could truly benefit you guys the way it has benefited me. It's the unknown is what scares me, just because this will be the first school year where I'm going to be homeschooling with a baby. Okay, so first things first, I would like to start off this video by saying you do not need to replicate this in order for you to have a successful school year. This is something that has just truly worked for me. And I don't know, I kind of want this to be just like the starter for inspiring you to create a list of some sort on how you can set yourself up for success. Again, you don't have to replicate this, but I actually have a very short list this time around last school year because I didn't know where to start. It was a longer list. Now I kind of have the hang of it, right? And first on the list is laundry. I have 4 loads of laundry waiting for me downstairs, and so I would like to bring that to 0. Before last school year, I had that habit already instilled in me to just kind of finish 1 load of laundry a day. Now, because it's summer, that habit has definitely dwindled. So that's something that I'm going to be working on. But first things first, I have to bring my load of laundry to 0. The next is back to school shopping. We are in mid-July now, and so you know those sales are going to be hitting the stores, and that's something that I truly like to take advantage of. But I only like to shop what I already use and what I know I'm going to need. And so I have a realistic budget set in place. I like to stick to that budget. Last few years, I've noticed that whenever I go outside of that budget, I end up purchasing stuff that I think we're going to use, and then we end up not utilizing, and it just ends up taking unnecessary amount of space in this in my homeschool room. The next is I like to freeze some breakfast options. Now, when I shared this hack on my Instagram, I didn't realize that it was going to be a popular topic to talk about. So mornings in our home tend to be crazy and chaotic. We also like to spend a lot of time in our morning time basket. And so I want to make sure that I'm fully prepared for those crazy, chaotic mornings. And I don't just feed my kids fast food breakfast options, but rather healthier alternatives that are just easy for me to kind of just grab and go for them. And so I like to freeze pancakes. Other moms share that they like to freeze waffles, French toast, egg muffins, or even egg sandwiches. There's just so many options that you can freeze, and then you can just stick it to your oven or your toaster. Another item that's part of my list is meal prepping. Okay, I used to do this all the time, regardless if I did homeschool, but this is something that's definitely dwindled since having Ari, and it's something that I really want to work on incorporating. When I did my homeschool space reorganization, I lost my binder and I cannot find it, and it held so many of our family favorite recipes, and so I'm having to start over literally. And so I just thought this was a great way for you guys to kind of check out anyways and see how I like to organize. This is a 1-inch binder. It's going to get filled by the end of the term 1 anyways. I like to kind of go big on this. But you can totally grab a 1/2 inch if you're the type of parent that like to repeat recipes. So I made this cover on Canva and I love it because it's giving me Thanksgiving vibes. These inserts are actually from the Dollar Tree, and I like to separate them by the day of the week. So Monday through Friday. And I include in every single tab a recipe for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, if there's any recipes that I am going to be repeating for the next day, I put a sticky note repeat for Tuesday or repeat for Wednesday. And then at the end of the week, I also incorporate leftover day. We can finish up our leftovers before the food goes bad, you know? I also like to include one dessert for the kids and one dessert options for Steve and I. We're both paleo, but the kids are not. And so I like to incorporate a mix of paleo and non-paleo options for them. Now, another item that I have on my list is organized supplies. I should have probably put that before freeze breakfast, but I like to organize my supplies. Hindsight, from previous school years, I've noticed that I can organize it, but once we actually start school, I'm going to realize that, oh, this area doesn't really work well for us. Let me move it up. So again, this is why I like to say the first few weeks are just going to be trial and error until you figure out what works really best for you and your homeschool and your children. I just noticed that these items on my list is what keeps me organized and ready for the school week. So that concludes the video, and I really wanted this to be kind of short and sweet just so you guys can kind of see that it's very adapted. You can adapt it to your needs, and you can include whatever you want on that list that you know that's going to set you up for success for this new school year. So if you found this at all beneficial, please like it. Please give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thankful. Oh, that's another thing. I hit a milestone, you guys. I have 400 subscribers, and I'm super stoked about it. So I appreciate this. Thank you so much. I never knew that I didn't realize I was ever gonna have more than 100 subscribers. So this is really cool, and thank you guys. Please stay tuned for the next video as well, and it's going to be about my Bible time.